Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 4. We're right in the middle. We're halfway done. The course is flying by. I want to compliment all of you on the really high level of discourse and the discussions that you're having. Your small groups, as I've told you, are going to stay together for the rest of the course, and you're having some really, I think, very rich conversations about your case studies and about your children, and you're making incredible suggestions and helping each other really think about what you are observing and what you're working on. So we're getting into week 4, and in week 4, we're going to be looking at cognitive development. There are lectured notes, and there's also a PowerPoint on using standardized measures to assess children's development. So those are the two things under read, watch, and listen to make sure that you use. You're going to continue to work in your discussion groups. And in the discussion groups, the same questions are posted every week. What you can do is post an update on your child, anything new that's going on. You don't have to rehash what the program's like and all of those details, but things that you learned from the previous week and where you're heading with this week's observation. So this week, you're going to be wrapping up physical development if there's anything dangling with that, and then moving on to cognitive development. This week, we are going to do that draft domain chapter, and you've been doing a great job. I loved reading your social emotional chapters. I'll be reading all your physical development chapters this week. You'll notice that I provide you with feedback on each of the chapters, and the expectation is that you're going to take that feedback and make any of those tweaks, or sometimes it's just a consideration. I'm not telling you have to change something. I'm saying, why don't you think about something this way or think about something that way? And you'll have to decide if that's the right direction for you to head in. But take all that new thinking and any edits you're making and include that in your final document. So you have your chapter that is completed on social and emotional. You should have your chapter that's completed on physical development. This week, you're going to do your chapter on cognitive development. And then next week, you're going to be doing language and the development, language and development and communication. And then at the very end, you're going to put that all together. You're going to add your introduction. You're going to add your conclusion with your findings and ideas of how to move forward, suggestions for that. So that's just something to keep in your mind. And we know that child development is very intertwined. So it is not surprising. It's actually quite expected if you start finding sort of that overlap between those different developmental domains, or your questions about overlap between those domains. The other assignment you're going to have this week, in addition to the chapter, is you're going to be looking a little bit about standardized assessment instruments. So what I'm asking you to do is watch that PowerPoint, and then you're going to choose a standardized assessment that could possibly complement the case study of the child you're observing. You're not going to necessarily implement this tool. I guess you could if you wanted to, or perhaps it's a tool you're already using and you want to include some of that information in your case study. You can. It's not a requirement. But you're going to look at the prompts in the steps, from naming the instrument to talking about the purpose, if it's norm referenced or criterion referenced. So that's something you're going to learn from the PowerPoint, the difference, how it's administered, how it's scored, and then any summary or comments that you have. And don't forget references and in-text citations. Really important. That's what shows me how you're making those connections. And it's also appropriate for how we attribute when we're taking other people's thoughts or ideas, whether they're direct quotes or they're paraphrases, and we use it in our work. So I look forward to seeing all of those this week. As always, you know that you can reach out to me either through messaging, through Blackboard. You can email me. You're welcome to reach out to me during office hours. And remember, we still have a couple more meetups on Sunday nights. So anybody that does not already have the link, and if you want the link, just send me an email or a message and I will add you to the meetup. It's on through your calendar. You will get an invitation. You'll get an email, and then it'll be on your calendar. I hope I said that clearly. And we should be all set for week 4. So looking forward to hearing our ongoing discussions, reading your chapters, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.